Well, hello there. Welcome back to the channel. How are you doing? Today we got a new pick a card reading. This one is going to be a chill one, all about messages, general messages on behalf of the universe, as well as what we can be looking forward to in the next few days from the time you're watching this video. The idea with this one was originally intended to be more about what's going to happen in the next few days. What is it we can be looking forward to? However, as a collective right now, we are visibly in need of much guidance, and so there are so many messages coming through. On behalf of the universe, more of the kind of what we need to be hearing at this moment, that instead of going for my usual intention and just getting frustrated after when we start getting all sorts of messages not related to the topic, which is fine, which is good, don't get me wrong. This time we got a section dedicated to that, and after we're gonna be doing what what the original intention was, which is like what we can be looking forward to. So hence why it's gonna be every group's gonna be split in like two parts. I don't know how long each of these parts we are going to be lasting, depending on what each group is meant to be hearing. But yeah, that's what we got going on right here. So if that's something that you're interested in, as usual, grab a seat, make yourself comfortable, make yourself at home, and get ready for the reading. Before we jump right in, just a reminder that if you enjoy the content, please like it and subscribe so you don't miss out when I post new videos like so. That being said, let's get to it. Today we got 4 groups in front of us, 4 groups to be choosing from. And as usual, I'm going to be asking you to be tuning into your intuition in order to feel which pile you feel the most drawn to. Maybe the number of the pile, the card, the crystals, which we're going to be discovering together just after. And yeah, just taking your time, pausing the video if you need to retune into the pile that you feel the most drawn to. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, no worries. It may simply mean that there are more than one messages contained in more than one pile for you to be hearing at this moment, trusting that whichever pile you feel the most drawn to is going to be the one holding the messages you're meant to be hearing right now. So if you come back to the video, perhaps there's gonna be another message for you. That being said, for pile number 1, we have the yellow calcite. So if you enjoy the look of this crystal, the card, the number, that's going to be your reading. For pile number 2, we have the tiger's eye, almost a classic now. For pile number 3, it's going to be this gorgeous piece of citrine. If we can have the focus, yeah, there we go. And pile number 4 is going to be this pebble of pyrite. There we go. So yet again, take how long you need in order to choose the pile, all piles in the plural that you feel the most drawn to. Once that is done, you can fast forward directly to the timestamps provided down below, either in the description box or the pinned comment, so that you can fast forward directly to your reading, and I'm going to be seeing you there. Hey, pile number 1, you're up. How are you doing? I hope you're excited. I hope you're comfortable, ready for the message as much as I am. If pile number 1, if you chose this beautiful piece of yellow calcite, that's going to be your reading. So let's not stick around and let's get right into it. So this oracle card we're actually going to keep for the second part of the reading, and we're going to start with the general messages. I don't have any number of cards in mind, so it may be quick, it may be short, it may be I don't know how many messages need to come through. That's I'm gonna be totally honest. So we're gonna be picking a few cards. Mute deck already, or is there more, Spirit? There's more. Okay. Is there still more? There is. Okay. That's it. That's all we got. Okay. I also pre-drew an oracle card for this part, so I'm realizing that's an absolute mess. I like it. We got, as for the tarot, we got the 3 of Wands, the 2 of Wands, the 2 of Swords, and the King of Wands. Okay, interesting. As well as Believe in the Impossible, Blue Moon card. So, As for what messages, pile 1, are coming through for you, yet again, I was discussing in the introduction that if you're watching this video as I'm like a few days after I've recorded it, as a collective, we're currently going through a deep transformational time, and there are lots of messages coming left and right. That's why that's what I'm dedicating this section of the reading to. And yeah, we're gonna see whatever messages are coming through. If you're looking this video further in the future, that's just your treat. That's just a treat for you. So yeah, what do we have as for messages? Straight messages. A redirection. I'm gonna be totally honest. If you've been watching a few of my videos, I apologize if some of these messages seem a little repetitive, but I genuinely feel like this message, I mean, I'm gonna put it straight to you, is like, as I do these readings, lately there have been a lot of repetitive messages, like from one reading to another, from one group to another, and that one seems to be in the same theme yet again. So if that's the first time you hear this kind of particular message, that's your tree. If you've heard it 1,000 times before, don't take it personally. It's just that sometimes Spirit sees that we may be going through a period of confusion where it takes us a little while to adjust, to heal, to grow, and it's okay. We have patience with ourselves. Spirit has patience with us, and one of the greatest gifts that Spirit tends to offer us is to have the patience to repeat us the same message over and over and over again. Even if we don't remember it, even if it doesn't compute in our brains right now, they just keep on repeating that, because even if we just feel right on the moment, that's all that matters at this right now. Tomorrow you may be forgetting this and the message is going to pop up again. That's really the kind of energy I'm getting here, because the message per se, I feel like some of you may have already heard it. I mean, I have already read about this kind of message in previous readings, that 100% sure. It deals with a redirection, which I have pronounced in again 100 times before in readings, but that's okay. It needs to be heard. That's all that matters right now. The Three of Wands deals with having a plan, having, in this context, having a dream, having something that we want to move forward to. It generally feels like, especially since it's the Wands, the fire, the passion, there is a strong desire for something. There is a strong desire for something to come to life. Yet again, you'll have to tune into your intuition and use your discernment to know exactly what this dream is for you, because there are many people on this call, and yeah, it could be a project, it could be career oriented, it could be family oriented, it could be anything really. But as really, I'm feeling a dream which you've been holding close to your heart for a while now, and yeah, something that you really desire, but something where it really feels like you've been feeling stuck in the middle. It's like the energy, the motivation, the thrill, the zest to go for it is definitely here within you, but it hasn't expressed itself. You haven't gone for it because of fears and doubts, most likely, definitely. Because here we go, like double twos. Twos deal with harmony, with balance, with partnerships. In this very case, it deals with like two options and indecision. The Two of Swords genuinely often deals with feeling blind, having two options, two possibilities, two paths, and not knowing which one to pick. It's very mental kind of energy. In this case, I'm feeling that, yeah, very mental in essence, because there's fear in the mix. Because we are feeling perhaps some fears, we feel disconnected from our center, from our heart, and as such we find ourselves gravitating towards two possible outcomes, two possible options. None of them actually feels better than another, and it generally feels like there's a lot of confusion in the mix. It's like it feels hard to discern for ourselves what is the best course of action. The Two of Wands is definitely, yet again, is like, feels like making a bold move and making a choice that perhaps others may not have made before. Something different, be it again a choice to, here it's more specifically about making the choice to move to another place that may have been left unexplored by many. I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little funny sometimes. I'm still recovering from a bit of sickness. Hope you're not gonna hear it too much. That being said, yeah, there's definitely this sense of, honestly, it feels like there are like two options that you're considering, and none of them really feels better than another. None of them feel that inspiring, honestly. I just feel it's like, it feels like, yeah, there's a fearful place. We don't really know how to get out of a rut, and there are two logical options to be pondering, but none of them really ignites us. None of them really excites us. And on the other end, it's like there's this desire to pursue our dream, this desire to make a bold choice, a third option, which feels much riskier though. The depiction of this card is the lonely bee who decides to leave the planet Earth to explore a new planet on its own, where, sure, it's alone, but the whole world is theirs, because here it's like there are already so many bees on this planet. It generally feels like, yeah, making a bold move to explore something new, and that feels scary. There's a lot of fear in the mix, which is making it hard to discern, I generally feel, with this Two of Swords, because the three other cards are wands, which are about passion, which are about inspiration. And I generally feel that, yeah, there's a bit of a tug of war between passion and mind, and more precisely between heart and fear, in this case, between love and fear. Because there is this part within you, the King of Wands, that feels very confident, that feels very on top of it. There is this identity which you are aware of exists already within you, of this person, your dream version of yourself, feels like. But if not, like, if you're in a place of fear where you don't really connect to that, to the very least, it feels like the part of you who is very confident within their ability and happy of what they're doing, happy about the way their life looks, happy about how they're employing their time. Someone who feels at peace and confident. There's nothing to hide, you know? And it feels very empowered, honestly, very safe, very empowered, very calm, and a lot of self-confidence radiating from within. And that's definitely something on the horizon, but yet again, it's like there's this battle between fears and heart, where it feels so hard to resolve because of the fact it's hard to see through the thickness of the fear, honestly. It's hard to see the situation for what it is. The classical depiction of the Two of Swords in classic tarot from, I don't even remember what's the name of the classic tarot, but like the classic imagery is a woman holding two swords being blindfolded. The woman being blindfolded because she doesn't see, she doesn't know what's like the truth of the situation. And it really feels like there's a lot of confusion, honestly, and there's a strong invitation to explore these fears, because whatever you end up choosing to do, I'm generally sensing that, yeah, if you end up choosing, yeah, whatever option you choose, the fear is not going to go away. It may lessen, but this thing is not, this fear isn't feeling a little bit fearful about a new beginning, about a new turn, about something new. It's understandable, but in this case it feels like the fear was here beforehand. Perhaps it was not very loud, perhaps it was not addressed that much, perhaps it was not that considered, but I generally feel that this fear was here already, and the situation has just brought it up to the surface. So there is a strong invitation to be exploring that fear and to have compassion and patience with yourself. So the message here is definitely believing in the beauty of your dreams, believing that even if right now it feels like a huge mess, which it definitely feels like, it's like believing, yeah, in the beauty of your dreams, knowing that it will happen, perhaps not the way you would have expected it, perhaps the road to these dreams has one more turn than what you would have expected. Perhaps there are many more lessons to be learned than what you had originally anticipated. It does not mean it's not going to happen, especially with this card, like believing the impossible. I find it pretty literal when it comes to, no, there is a lot of fire within you. There is a lot of passion to be exerted, a lot of self-confidence to be expressed. There is so much light within to be expressed. It's just that, yeah, right now seems to be a bit of a mess going on with the fear factor. So it's having patience with oneself, keeping on believing in one's dreams, remembering that nothing is set in stone. I'm hearing, as in, whatever choice you make is not gonna keep you stuck forever. It's not like you make a choice and that's it. That's the end of your life. No. This choice that you're making is for the right now, you know? It's still reversible, it's still changeable. There's a feeling of, yeah, it being like the end of the road. If you make the wrong choice, well, that's it. You're messed up. It's like, no, that's not actually the case here. So keep that in mind, and also having the patience with ourselves to offer ourselves the opportunity to be exploring these fears, because there is a strong need to get back this clarity relative to what's actually going on within ourselves. So that is very interesting. I hope it was helpful. Felt, yeah, yet again, it's like you seem to be in a little heavy emotional place, but it generally feels like a deep transformation that you're currently going through. So that's good. That is ultimately, that's for the best. Ultimately, if that is leading actually to you embracing the King of Wands that is within you, that's gonna be completely worth it at the end of the day. But yeah, I hope it was useful. I hope made you feel a little better if these emotions feel indeed a little heavy at times. Now we're going to be moving on to the second part, which is what is one thing or a few things that we can be looking forward to in the next few days from the time you watch this video. And so the first card that we had for the pile selection actually was this one, which is Go For It, which is fun for actually kind of ties well into the messages we just had. I just feel like, yet again, there's a strong invitation to just go for it and just, you know what, it's okay to be afraid. It's also okay to understand that you're not playing your life here. So understand that there will not be irreversible consequences out of taking one action. That's one thing. I'm wanting to pull all the cards though now. Go for it. I generally feel, yeah, there's a lot of fire around your field right now. There's a lot of excitement, a lot of interesting things going on. Ooh. Definitely something that you've been longing for a while, which is actually concretizing, which is happening. Nothing is wasted, slow and steady wins the race, overcome any obstacle. Yup. As for something that you can look forward to in the next few days, I was about to say movement, but it's gonna feel, this one's gonna feel weird because we have a slow card and a very quick card. Well, we're gonna start this way. Nothing is wasted. I'm generally, there's this feeling of you will have some epiphanies in the next few days about why things went the way they were, and understanding that nothing was wasted, although it may have felt slow in the past, although it may have felt less than ideal, although it may have gone in directions you were not preferring. You will see why it went this way, and you will understand that no, it was all part of a bigger plan, that there is a bigger picture, and that everything that happened exactly as it was meant to. Although back then you may not have felt this way, and you may even perhaps have been feeling a little frustrated. It's like, no, there was a reason, and you will see, and there's this sense of having like epiphanies about, oh, now I get it, that's why it happened, kind of energy here. So instead it wins the rest. There's an invitation definitely for self-love here as well. Like being gentle with oneself. I'm also feeling a project or something that you cared about. Yeah, I'm picking up on two different energies, one which is going slower and one which is going faster. With go for it and overcome any obstacle, I generally feel there could be a good news when it comes to something that you perhaps have had to be very patient about for possibly a few months. Like a situation that was at a standstill, you were waiting for an answer, for a callback, something like that, and it feels like, yeah, there's a situation which is quickly untangling, the doors open, and it's time for you to do whatever you intended on doing. It's like, yeah, there you go for it. If you are not necessarily waiting on a situation to unentangle itself, definitely feel there could be, yeah, there's this energy of you've been patient, now it's time for you to go for it. So yeah, it feels like an obstacle is being removed from your way, quite literally, like with the Rhino Spirit, what we have here. Something's being removed, and so there is a lot of energy which is now free to flow downstream. So that is going to be a nice change of pace if you've been feeling stuck especially. But yeah, energy flowing quickly in one direction, and in another, energy actually slowing down. And I feel that this is more of an internal energy because I'm really tuning into the pink colors here. So more relative to your heart. It could definitely deal with some emotions slowing down internally. Perhaps on the daytime it could be going very quickly, but during nighttime, the evening and nighttime, it could be going much slower once you're at home, with the people you love, or with yourself simply, and taking the time to process the emotions which have been going on, especially if we were, yeah, I'm thinking especially with the emotions we were picking up on in the first part of the reading, so that could be one thing as well. Yeah, it feels like a bit of an ambivalent energy where during daytime it goes very quickly and during nighttime it slows down. Like having this two, juggling, we could have had thinking about the Two of Pentacles, like juggling between two things. But yeah, this one feels much more external, whereas this one feels much more internal, where we having the realizations, the healing, the change of pace, and yeah, it feels a much lighter and loving energy directed towards self on this one. So I'm very, very happy. Very happy. Yet again, it doesn't feel very specific. So yeah, I'm once again inviting you to tune into your intuition, use your discernment to know wherever these energies may apply in your life. But it generally feels there's something unblocking and there's a change of pace. So that's something. Definitely something you can look forward to in the next few days. So something coming in quick. And I'm very happy about that. So yeah, very interesting reading. I'm very happy that things are moving, and I wish you to enjoy them all. Thank you so much for having shared space with me today. That was an honor to be reading about your energy. Please let me know down in the comments how it went for you, if it resonated, what are your thoughts about it. Lots of messages came through right here. And yeah, I wish you to enjoy it all. I'm sending you so much love your way. And I'm gonna see you in my next video. Till then, take care, have a great time, and I'll see you there. Bye. Hey, part number 2, you're up. How are you doing? I hope that you are doing well. I hope that you're comfortable. I hope that you're curious and ready for the messages. If part 2, if you chose this beautiful tiger's eye, that's gonna be your reading. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. We're going to leave this card for the second part of the reading, where we're going to be tuning into the what is it you can be looking forward in the next few days from now. And we're going to start with the general messages that we have on behalf of Spirit relative to whichever messages you are meant to be hearing right now. Part 2, if you're watching this video as I was about to say, as I'm recording it, more precisely after, not a long time after I'm recording it, definitely feeling right now that in the collective there are a lot of messages coming through, a lot of guidance needed, especially since there's a lot of transformation, a lot of confusion. So yeah, many messages. If you're looking at this video much later in the future, then that's just a treat for you. But yeah, we're gonna start with that. Whatever messages need to come through, whatever needs to be heard right now, part number 2, and then we're gonna move on the second part of the reading, where we're gonna be tuning into what is it that we can be looking forward to in the next few days from now. As for the tarot, I also got an oracle card right here, which is confidence is the key to success. New moon in Leo. Okay. We have Temperance, Page of Pentacles, there you go. 8 of Cups and Ace of Wands. Okay. So what can we say with them? Message seems a little similar to what we had with pile number 1, I'm not gonna lie. There is currently in your life an invitation. I feel that this is something that you've been naturally gravitating towards. With the Temperance, an invitation to harmony, balance, moderation. I'm feeling also like keeping things in check, organizing stuff, just feeling like the opposite of feeling like a mess. Feeling like everything's in its just place, that everything is in order. It can be about checking your finances, it could be about purging a little bit some of your relationships that may no longer serve you. It may be getting rid of old clothes, it may be plenty of things. It may be using the magnifying glass over some of your habits to ponder whether they are serving you or not. Use your discernment to know whichever applies, but there's definitely an invitation to moderation, invitation to coming back to center, coming back into harmony here. And a lot of new energies as well. It generally it feels like, yeah, since there is something new coming into your life, or something new that I feel it's something that you already feel, but there's something new here. A new opportunity, a new project, a new relationship. It can be many things. Something new that either you are already seeing, feeling, experiencing, or it's something which is on the verge of happening. And so there is this strong feeling of almost like preparing. The example that I'm getting is like preparing to receive a new member in your family, like preparing for a newborn, for a new child. As such, it's like, yeah, there's something new, but we gotta prepare for it. There's some things that need to be put in order. There are some things that need to be checked. There's, yeah, an invitation for harmony, an invitation for coming back to center, an invitation for moderation, making things right, so to speak. Making clear that there are some things that we knew we had to put an end to for a while, that we actually do it now. This kind of energy with the Page of Pentacles definitely calls for I was about to say a new opportunity, but it almost feels like some qualities more than an opportunity here. There's definitely a sense of playfulness coming through with this card. Like the 8, I'm gonna start with the 2 latter cards. The 8 of Cups is the card of exploration, moving on, when we realize that where we've been, the place we have been in for the past X amount of time, well, there is nothing left for us to be enjoying there. And so, although it may have felt comfortable, now we need to leave and explore and discover new things for ourselves, both because there is nothing left where we were, and also because there is a sense of calling, a sense of wanting to explore, discovering ourselves. And the Ace of Wands here is definitely referring to the energy of a new passion, a new interest, something new igniting in our hearts, which may be about quite literally a passion, an interest, a hobby, but also it could be a relationship, it could be simply something within ourselves. And this is, it's like it goes hand in hand. It's both about feeling called to travel, perhaps even physically for some of you, but yeah, travel places, discover new things, and leaving the old behind. That's definitely where I'm feeling back the energy of the Temperance. It's like it's time to get things into harmony, and it feels like a purge, honestly. Like it's time to purge some stuff out of your life which you know is not serving you, so as to make room for more, to make room for exploration, to move places, to discover new things. This is definitely the energy of coming out of a cocoon and exploring the world for yourself. And here with the Page of Pentacles, feels like it's really igniting some of your beginner's mindset qualities. Perhaps something that some of you may have been needing to experience for a while. Perhaps things that some of you are very familiar with. But yeah, just embracing these qualities of accepting not to know everything, accepting to be ignorant about how something is supposed to happen, accepting not to have it all figured out, I'm getting. And just enjoying following inspiration, enjoying following passion to see where it's gonna lead us, as well as I'm feeling honoring that which we already are, because this in this card, you know, it's like the figure is hanging by a vine. You could make the assumption they're quite fit, you know. It requires a certain level of fitness. I'm definitely feeling that there is a sense of getting, quote unquote, getting fit in this, the energy at least of getting fit. It could be, yet again, quite physical for some of you, something that you may have been thinking about. Okay, it's nearly the end of the year as I'm recording this video, and as such, it's time to actually get in shape. Or this getting fit could be more metaphorical in some other areas of your life. Perhaps it's time to get more disciplined. Perhaps it's time to actually start honoring some of your qualities or some of your talents that you have been putting on the back burner, that you've been just pushing to the side. But yeah, there's definitely a sense of leaving stuff behind which we know I mean, it's just time to leave it behind. We haven't done that, we haven't purged it, but it's time to do it now. And start investing in ourselves, start exploring more of ourselves. There's definitely the sense of traveling places, discovering new things, but obviously we cannot leave with heavy luggages. It's just gonna hinder us, so we have to leave stuff behind. One example that I was picking up earlier is like having a new member in your family, like having a new baby. Well, it's like, sure, it's something new, it's something inspiring, it's something which is going to lead us into discovering more of ourselves, but it's going to require us to be the best version of ourselves if we want to offer the best to this newborn. And it's also going to require us to clean some stuff up which may not be suited for having a baby. So that is an example. Like new moon in Leo, it yet again feels like a new cycle beginning, and us growing more confident within ourselves, because we feel much more in control of ourselves because of the actions we're taking into, yeah, piecing ourselves back together. It feels like, it generally feels the Virgo energy of all these things we know we have been needing to do for a while, we actually now start getting to do them. And that's really going to lead us into feeling much more confident about ourselves, much happier in our situation, much lighter as well. So yeah, general messages from Spirit here is definitely about getting your life back in order, in whichever ways you feel called to, in order to cultivate this feeling of confidence that is within you and that you deserve to experience, and be ready for these new experiences coming into your life. Interesting messages. I hope this was beneficial. I hope it was helpful. I really do, for it was very interesting. Now we're going to move on to the second part of the reading, which is from the time you see this video, what kind of things can you be looking forward to in the next few days? So the card that we had at the beginning, which is going to be Antelope Spirit, life is speeding up. Very similar energy to what we had in group 1 as well. So yeah, things are about to move much faster. Things are, yeah, some pace picking up. If we felt like things were slow, no more. Brace yourself. So yeah, some pace, some speed. Interesting. What do we have here? Make time for self-love, be at home, trust in the magic. There's definitely an invitation not to overthink it. Yeah, not overthinking it. Trust in the magic, be at home, make time for self-love. These cards feel very passive in the sense that it does not require any action, really, to exert these things. Trust, feeling home, loving oneself. It's not in the doing, it's in the being, right? And that is interesting. For the card that we have here could the first thing I picked upon was things speeding up externally, so a lot of doing, potentially. There's this invitation to just surrender and trust that whatever is happening for your highest interest and ultimately will guide you in the places you want to be in. Although it may not feel like it, as always. But yeah, it feels like there is something happening externally outside of you which is pushing you into movement. Which is, yeah, making so that your life is speeding up, literally. Feels like, yeah, you could be much busier. You could start being much busier in the few upcoming days. But at the same time, there is a strong invitation to not make it mental. It's not like, oh my god, there's so much to do, and now I don't know what I need to do. I need to be running from morning to evening. It's like, nope, that's not the reason. That's not the point of why this is happening. It's like trusting the magic. Whatever is happening right now, whatever is about to happen, is leading you in the direction of that which you prefer. Is leading you there. Although it may not appear as so at first. There's a bit of, some of you could be experiencing a bit of stress, I feel like, because if I'm thinking back of what we had in the first part of the reading, it's like there's a new project, there's something new coming to our lives, which is really something that we enjoy. It's really sparking something. It was the Ace of Wands. It's still there on the side. It's like something that we're very passionate about, something that we love. It's self-exploration, something like that. And it genuinely feels like it could be starting off as something that we were not necessarily expecting to be happening this way. I mean, yeah, overall we were expecting it, but not down to the specifics. And so something which is really pushing us to be moving very quickly. And the invitation is do not lose sight of the excitement behind this thing happening. It's like, do not lose yourself in the mundane. Do not lose yourself in the I'm hearing almost meaningful tiny bits and bobs here and there. It's like, be aware that this is what you wanted and that this is what is going to lead you to your highest fulfillment. Trust in the magic. Trust that whatever is happening in your highest interest. And yet again, this invitation of just feeling good, feeling home, recognizing yourself in your environment, recognizing yourself in whichever is happening. And definitely something that, yeah, you're going to be experiencing. Perhaps it may feel a little stressful at first because it was not expected in the way it presents itself. But very quickly you're gonna realize that, yeah, this is what you wanted, and this is what you enjoy. And yeah, a lot of calm, a lot of peace coming your way. So that is nice. A nice thing to be looking forward to. But yeah, I generally feel that there may be a strong feeling, strong invitation coming from within to just chill. Take a little bit of time for yourself, rest, rejuvenate, enjoy your time, enjoy being in your own presence. So that is something very, very cool to be looking forward to. Yeah, I get a very good feeling from that. It's like, sure, it may feel a little stressful at first, yet again, because it may not be expected. As in, you know, when two parents finally receive their first baby, it's like, oh, that's so cool, but oh my god, there is this one thing that we hadn't anticipated, and this one thing that we didn't know about. Is like, okay, there are a few things happening very quickly, but we quickly get used to it, and, you know, it's a much more enjoyable place that we're in now. So yeah, very, very cool energy. It's a very nice energy, very sweet and gentle energy I'm getting from this. So I'm very excited for you, honestly. That was something. That was awesome. Thank you so much for having shared space with me today. That was an honor reading your energy. That was very, very nice. Yeah. Please let me know down in the comments how it went for you, if it resonated, whatever you're thinking about it. Lots of information, lots of things came through, so I'd be very curious to read about your thoughts. And yeah, I wish you to enjoy it all. It's gonna be fun, definitely. And I'm sending you so much love, and I'm gonna see you in my next video. Till then, take care, have a good one, and I'll see you there. Bye. Hey, pal number 3, how are you doing? You're up. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're comfortable. I hope that you are curious about this message as much as I am. If pal 3, if you chose the Citrine, that's gonna be your reading. So let's get right into it. We're going to leave this card for the second part of the reading, when we're going to be tuning into what are the energies that we can be looking forward to in the next few days from the time you're watching this video. And we're going to start with general messages that we can be hearing on behalf of the spirit. As I was saying for the other groups, if you're watching this video the day after I publish it, or, you know, in that time, right now as a collective, there's a lot of confusion, a lot of transformation, and a need for a lot of guidance. And in fact, there are many, many, many messages coming through. That's what I've been feeling lately. And as such, I prefer to dedicate one part of the reading just to that, so that we're not surprised when there are other messages coming through. And after, we're going to be tuning into, again, what we can be looking forward to in the next few days. Not too many cards for this part. I was feeling they would be more quick to the point. And we have lots of pentacles. We have the 2 and the 8 of pentacles, as well as your commitment is being tested. What's going on with that? Feels like you need to make a choice. You seem to be juggling between a little too much, like, feels like you have a little too much on your plate, that you're juggling between many different things. And although I feel that it started as something that you wanted to have as many things on your plate, because all of these things are things that you enjoy, or at least enjoyed at the time you started playing with all of them at once. Well, this time has come to an end, and you are not enjoying having these many things on your plate anymore. feels like. Perhaps because there are other things that you would be wanting to be playing with, perhaps because you would want to free up some space and time just for yourself, for other things. You, to me, look like someone who's running from morning to evening, from one place to another, in order to be upholding so many different things. And yeah, with this card, it's like what started as something that you wanted now becomes something that you realize you perhaps don't prefer. Not in the sense that what you started was a mistake, not at all, but more in the sense that, you know, we grow and evolve, we change, and our desires evolve as well. And so what you yesterday desired may not reflect what you today do desire. That's more that kind of energy that I'm picking up on, not at all the fact that it was a mistake. And even if it would have been a mistake to be playing with so much at once, well, that's still a beautiful learning experience to discover more about ourselves, right? But that's not what I'm getting here. It was not a mistake in the sense that's really what you wanted to do. It's just that, yet again, like, you've changed and you've had enough of that. And now you're just end up with so many things on your plate, you know, like, oh my god. Feels a little too much, feels a little heavy all of a sudden. And that's really what I'm getting from this card, your community being tested. It's more in the sense of, are you sure you want to still do that? That's really the energy I'm getting here. Yeah, what started as something you really wanted to now has become something that you don't prefer anymore. You re-enjoyed it once again. Perhaps it's time for something else now. So yeah, there's definitely that energy of please considering this. The Eight of Pentacles is getting me the vibe of focusing on that which you... Focusing on redefining your priorities, it feels like. I was about to say focusing on that which you prefer, but since it's the Eight of Pentacles, it also feels like that which you're the best at. Overall, I feel that a good place to start when it comes to considering what is it you want to keep on your plate and what is it that, to the opposite, you would want to evacuate is more of what is it, like, yeah, redefining your priorities, like taking the time to just write down a list, your bucket list of everything which is going on currently, and to see what is the most important, what is the least, like all the way from the most important to the least important, and choosing accordingly what is it that you will upkeep and what is it that you will let go of. Because it feels like you have a lot of beautiful skills and talents going on, you have a lot of beautiful things going on in your life, but your energy is quote-unquote limited in this way that you cannot have all of it at once. You'll have to make a choice. What is it you prefer? You cannot be at two different places at once, so you have to make a choice at the end of the day. What is it which is the most important to you, and understanding that whatever it is that you didn't have time to do in a day was something that you probably didn't have to do that day. I'm hearing that perhaps there are some of you in the situation of realizing that, yeah, you feel a little like overworked and burdened by how much is going on, and at the same time you have a bit of regret because it's like you actually would desire to have it all going on still. Well, what about starting to segment it and make it so that you do certain activities only certain days of the week? It genuinely feels that there is a need to reconsider your priorities and your schedule. Be honest with yourself. What is it you need to keep? What is it you want to keep? What is it that is much less necessary? What is it that you could do less of? What is it you need to let go of completely? Because yeah, there are so many hours in a day, you won't be able to do it all. So this is your gift, in the sense that it's really pushing you into taking notice of what actually are your priorities, what is the most important to you. So yeah, that is something to keep in mind, definitely. But yeah, pretty straight to the point message here. I hope it was useful nonetheless. I hope it was beneficial in any way, because yeah, that seems to be like something that some of you may have been in need of hearing. Now for the fun stuff. What is it you can be looking forward to in the next few days, starting whenever you watch this video, basically? So that's the card that we had at the beginning, which is Step Up and Lead. Okay, I'm gonna be drawing a few other cards. I'm feeling drawn to this deck more. So what is it that pathway can be looking forward to in the next few days? This one. Yep. Okay. And that's it. That's enough. We have 4 new moons. Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting. We got the... we got all the new moons, I'm realizing. You're kidding me. That is fascinating. We got all the new moons. I'm gonna pick up one of these cards then. Got the new moon in Sagittarius, the Taurus, the Capricorn, the Cancer. Yeah, no, not all the new moons. My apologies. The 4 of the 12 new moons relative to the signs. I was thinking about the signs in astrology. All new moons. Okay, that is something. So what is it we can be looking forward to? Well, just considering the fact that we got only new moons, new beginnings, that's definitely a thing going on between all the groups from what I can tell. New opportunities, new beginnings. Well, step up and lead, relax, focus on the positive. It feels like the beginning of a new adventure, something that you've been feeling the build-up of for a while, something that you've had your eyes set on for a while. I feel like it's not a surprise for you what is about to happen. It feels like something significant is about to happen, which is definitely going to change your routine and how you live your life. Perhaps it could be in changing career, perhaps it could be anything really. But definitely something which is going to shake a little bit things up, in the sense that it's going to be asking for a change in schedule, a change in your routines, in the way that you go about your days. And some of you may feel a little stressed about that, since we got the new moon in Cancer and the one in Sagittarius. I just want you to know that it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be okay. There's definitely the invitation, like with Know Your Worth, Step Up and Lead. It's telling me that there is, an energy which is inviting you to step into your worth, and knowing that you got this, and you deserve the best of the best. Don't settle for less than, definitely. Yeah, you could definitely be called into a more leader kind of position. And even if it feels a little stressful, just so you know that it's gonna go well. It's gonna be okay. Relax, focus on the positive. Even if some things do not happen perfectly, even if it doesn't go exactly according to plan, just stay calm. Remember that everything is unfolding, as always, in your highest interest. Focus on the positive. I would say, like, don't sugarcoat it into thinking that everything's going to be perfect, because it may, but it also may not. And either way, it's okay. You got this, you can handle it, and it's going to be great times. I'm definitely feeling with the lion spirit, to me, it really feels like something which is a new beginning, which is really calling you into becoming more of you, feels like better version of you. I generally have some very good feelings about what is happening, but some of you may be a little worried, be worrying a little. So yeah, it's okay to have a little bit of worry. Just remember that worrying won't change it anyway, and that even if worst case scenario something doesn't go according to plan, you still got this. And most of you already know that what you're worrying about will never happen anyway. So it's just something to keep in mind. But yeah, with the Lion Spirit, I'm generally feeling that there's a lot of, I would say, humble, perhaps noble, but very loving energies emanating from the situation too. So that is very nice. It's really something that you're going to be enjoying. So focus on the positive. Stay there, because what is unfolding is something that you will enjoy inevitably. So I'm very happy. I'm very excited now. All new moons. Wow. But yeah, definitely something very brand new, something which is going to shake a little bit your schedule and your routines. Yeah, very nice, very exciting. Thank you so much for having shared space with me today. It was an honor to be reading about your energy. Fun things ahead, and I wish you to enjoy them all. Please let me know down in the comments how it went for you, if it resonated. What are your thoughts about all the messages that went through? There were many of them. Would be very curious, very interested. Also in regards to the general messages that we had in the first part of the reading. And yeah, I'm very excited about what's coming your way. Feels cool, feels big, but it feels very exciting nonetheless. And yeah, I wish you the best. Sending you all my love. You got this. Once again, you're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna kill it. You're gonna nail it. And I'm gonna be seeing you in my next video. Till then, enjoy it all. Take care. And yeah, have a good one. Bye. Well, hello, the panel before. You're up. How are you doing? I hope you're comfortable. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're excited about the messages that we're going to be hearing today. If part 4 of you chose this beautiful piece of pyrite, that's going to be your reading. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. We're going to leave this card for the second part of the reading, and we're instead going to begin with whichever messages are meant for you to be heard, for you to hear right now. What messages are meant to be heard right now? Once again, as I was discussing in the introduction of the video, if you're watching the video not long time after I've recorded it, as a collective we're going through feels like a major transformation, and it feels very confused, and there's a need and asking for a lot of guidance, and that's what's coming through. So we have this first part of the reading dedicated to just that, and then we're going to be moving on to what we can be looking forward to in the next few days. That being said, for the tarot, we got the 8 of Wands, the 2 of Pentacles, the Destiny card, as well as the Page of Cups, with the new moon in Libra. Okay. The 8 of Wands is definitely the card of good news and pace. What do we have going on here? Well, it's a fun thing, actually. It feels like this. You have noticed that things are getting quicker as we speak. There are some. You have recently, or may have recently heard some good news, some new. It feels like a new offer, a new opportunity. It could be very career oriented, not necessarily, but something new's happened, and there's a sense of things having sped up since then. Could be in your relationship, could be many things. Yet again, use this your discernment, there you go, to know wherever it applies in your life. But yeah, definitely speed, pace taken up after some good news happening, and it felt awesome, but we ended up realizing, and honestly it feels like a lot of you may have forgotten, that you were juggling with something else that you've completely let go of. But it almost feels like it happened naturally, that till then you were juggling. I'm even picking up on a bit of form of stress, like perhaps having a lot of things happening, and For some of you, it may have been a little stressful. For others of you, it felt more playful, as in it was things that you actually enjoyed playing with. But it feels like you were juggling with a few things, that you had several things on your plate. And since this new thing happened, something that you were really looking forward to, something that you really enjoyed, for some of you, it may have been a surprise, not for all, but I don't feel that that's really relevant here. Yeah, since then, this thing became your priority or one of your priorities in your life. And since then, yeah, it's been quick, and you just recently realized that without even realizing it, you've been dropping some things off of your plate because you just didn't have time for it. And I just feel like that this is a blessing in and of itself. Perhaps there are some things that you've had to let go of because of lack of time, that you were meant to let go of. And that's why they've just eclipsed themselves out of your life. And I generally feel that some of you may just have realized like, oh, right, it's been a few days, I've completely forgotten that I had to do that. But perhaps it feels like there are not some negative consequences about it. It's just like, yeah, it just ended. It just disappeared. Like the timeline that you're on right now, the jump that you've made to this new life where this thing is going on, didn't allow for some of these older things to come with you. You feel like some things have been removed from your life and you perhaps didn't even realize it, which is a little ironic, I feel. But yeah, it definitely deals with something that was bound to happen, something that anyway just feels like anyways just know that at the end of the day, anything that just dropped out of your life was meant to, so it's okay. Some of you, after having realized that these things have been left out, realize, oh yeah, but now I don't know if I should have invested into keeping them up to speed, although I feel like I wouldn't have really had the time for that, or the energy, or whatever was required to uphold these things. Some of you may have a little bit of regret, as in, yeah, but I wish I hadn't gotten rid of these things. And this is your confirmation, as in, if these things went away without you even realizing it, it's because they were meant to. So don't bother. Just don't bother. And the Page of Cups is definitely indicating here that there's a lot of space freeing up thanks to that, because some things have been dropped, this new thing happened, but it feels like this thing is definitely not taking so much space. It's taking time out of your day, it's taking energy, but it feels light. It feels something which is wanted, it feels something that is enjoyable, and it feels like something that almost charges you. It's not something that, requires, it's not something that depletes you of energy. It's the opposite. It's something that fills you up, so you love doing that. And yeah, I feel that with this rearrangement of your schedule, it has freed up a lot of space, a lot of freedom. Although you may be as busy as you used to be, it feels much lighter, it feels much more sustainable, it feels much more enjoyable. And yeah, you just feel so much lighter and so much calmer. And that's so cool. And yet again, like, the most ironic thing I'm realizing is just that you ended up realizing that most of you didn't see that coming. You didn't realize that your schedule had been completely rearranged from the ground up without you even really noticing it all that much. Which is, I'm picking up on, a sense of irony here, but yet again, it happened in your highest interest, and that you can see now, so don't stress, don't bother. That's the message. Your romantic cycle begins. For some of you, this event that may have happened could literally be about a romantic partnership. It could have been about a relationship. But anyways, for everyone, it feels that I'm returning into this Page of Cups, which is really making me feel, yeah, you just being in such a calmer, being in a place which is so much more enjoyable than you used to be, a place where you feel much lighter and where there is much more room for self-love, basically. Where there's a lot more room to feel calm, to feel yourself, to listen to your breath. So yeah, that is very enjoyable and that is very cool. But the message is definitely for you to be seeing what has happened and not bother looking back. Yeah, so that's what we had for this part of the reading. I hope it was beneficial. I hope it was useful. Yeah, I hope it helped. Now on to the good stuff. So what is it you can be looking forward in the next few days? That was the first card that we had. Sweet results await. I love bees. I love this card. I love it for you. This card really inspires me, like good news, just things being sweet and effortless, enjoyable, all of the above at once. Just such a positive card to me, so I love it. I love that we got this one. And that is enough for now. What do we have? Embrace the flow of life as well as know your worth, let it shine. Yep, there we go, we can see them all. Embrace the flow of life is definitely making me feel exactly what we've just discussed, as in, do you realize that most of you, some of you noticed that you didn't have the time and the energy to uphold it all and that you had to drop some stuff, but do you realize how easy it was? Do you realize that it almost feels coincidentally as if it would have been made for you, that your schedule has been rearranged for you? That is the concept of going with the flow. That is the concept of anything which is not meant for you will fall itself, will eclipse itself out of your life, and everything which is meant for you, well, guess what? You'll never miss it. That's the concept of going with the flow. And oof, feels like this is something that you've just experienced with what we were discussing. And I feel that, yeah, in the next few days, you will keep on really seeing that and tuning into this. How good it feels to be in the flow of things. And with this card, like sweet results away, I definitely feel that whatever situation started has just started and is just getting better and better and better. Yet again, one situation could be a new romantic partnership having started, and it was very fun and very exciting, and it just keeps on getting better and better and better. Obviously, it's not going to be a relationship for all of you, but that's the kind of energy I'm picking up here. The sense that whatever just started is just getting better and better and better, more and more and more enjoyable. And there's just this sensation of just letting go and relaxing and having fun with it. Another thing, somehow the colors are calling me to in this card, like the pinks and the blues. Another thing, I'm definitely feeling that whatever's going on, it feels very it's making you feel very comfortable and proud in your abilities or who you are. It's making you see your worth. It could be because it's being reflected through people literally telling you, oh my god, like you're so good at this, you're so good at that, I see how worthy you are. It could be about just friends and you feeling that people feel your infinite worth beyond just what you're doing, your talents and your gifts, which are just an expression of your worth. You could literally feel that, yeah, people praising your talents and your gifts and what you're doing, as much as people feeling real, just mirroring this feeling of you being infinitely worthy. But it just feels like, yeah, you feeling very confident and comfortable being yourself, and through something being mirrored to you, like situation, events, perhaps things that you're doing throughout the day are things that you're actually very good at and is making you feel comfortable in your capabilities, in who you are. There's definitely this feeling of, yeah, knowing your worth, because, and more than knowing your worth, we were all born knowing our worth. It's more as in the more it's being mirrored to you and the more you stop resisting it, so to speak. It's like you realize how worthy you are more and more and more as it's being reflected to you. So that is beautiful. That is very beautiful. It's always enjoyable, even just for the ego, you know, for someone to say, oh, you know what, you're so good. And it's like, yes, I know, babe. Yes, I know it. But it's always good to hear that. So it generally feels, yeah, you being very acutely aware of your worth, and not just in the sense of what you're able to do, your talents or your personality or your traits, goes well beyond that. It feels like all of these things are getting mirrored to you more and more and more, and so you just start seeing yourself in a brand new light, perhaps for who you are. Let it shine goes in the same feels like in a continuity of the skunk spirit here, where it's just, yeah, you falling in love and fully embracing who you are, honestly. It just feels a snowball effect of positivity, to be honest, as in something very fun and very cool happened, and it's just gotten you in the flow of life. It's just organized, it's reorganized your life for the best, and you're just having a great time. And as you're having a great time, you're just, yeah, attracting people who are just reflecting you, your worth, and you're just blooming, opening up like this flower, you know, and shining even more. So that is beautiful. That is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. I'm feeling inspired for an unknown reason to pick a card from another deck. Let's try this one out. But that is an awesome energy that we're dealing with. This one, full moon in Leo. Well, I mean, it's very much on brand. Full moon in Leo is just letting your being in the spotlight, honestly. Being in the spotlight, all eyes on you, shining your brightest light, knowing your worth, being proud of yourself. So yeah, just be sure to have a big enough room for your ego, because it may not be big enough to contain it right now. But jokes aside, yeah, I generally feel that is some very, very beautiful energies right now are unfolding in your life, and I'm so happy for you. Enjoy them all. So yeah, that's what I've got for you, pile number 4. That was such lovely reading. Thank you so much for having shared space with me today. I was an honor to be reading about your energy. Please let me know down in the comments if it resonated, whatever were your thoughts about this, about the first part of the reading that we had. Honestly, that was a very beautiful, very sweet reading, so I'd love to know about your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to read about them. That being said, I wish you to enjoy it all. I'm sending you so much love, and I'm gonna see you in my next video. Till then, take care, have fun, and I'm gonna see you there. Bye.